You know Josh and Stel from SB19, right? Before SB19, they were just fans. They were just fanboys of K-pop dance groups or K-pop. And what they would do is they would make dance covers of their favorite K-pop groups and they would upload it on YouTube. Well, let me show you this.
안녕하세요, 세연입니다.
So ito si Stel and we have Josh there at the back. Yeah.
Hi, I'm Stel.
Cute pa.
I'm Leon. I'm Josh.
I'm Carla, Jalu, and I'm Candy. We joined this competition because it has always been our dream to perform on the same stage as our favorite K-pop idols. With this, we're hoping we'll be given the opportunity to go to Korea and see our idol Bangtan Sonyeondan, which we have been covering since their day.
So that's them. And right now, today, as you can see, we are surrounded by not just K-pop, but also anime, manga, cosplay, murals, street art, and all the other things. And many of you enjoy those things every day. But, you know, these things affects us. It influences our minds. It influences how we think and how we behave as Filipinos. But the question is, do you like how it is affecting you? Do you like what you become by consuming those art forms, music? Do you want what you are becoming? Because as you can see, Stel and Josh right now, they were fanboys at the start, but they chose to create. They used K-pop to make something new, to create their own music, and that's why Philippine pop was born. P-pop was born. So today, that is why I am gonna help you name, classify, and examine these art forms and their influence on Filipino culture and yourself, your identity. So now let's proceed with a warm-up activity. Actually, this presentation that I am showing you right now this is what I used for my whole class. So if you are alone inside your room, you don't have to stand up for this game, although the title of this game is Stand Up If You Game. And if you are inside a classroom, you are in a group, you are in a class, stand up and then look around you and see who is also like you. All right? So first, stand up if you listen to K-pop or P-pop. Now, if you're alone, you don't stand up. You just say it to yourself that yeah, that's me. Or if you are in a class, I imagine some of your classmates are standing up like you. Now stand up if you watch anime or read manga. I do. I do watch anime and read manga. I enjoy watching anime and reading manga. How about you guys? Next, stand if you follow a digital artist or fan art account. I also do. How about you? And finally, stand if you have seen murals or street art in Cavite or Metro Manila. Now, guys, these are all part of emerging popular performing and visual arts that we will explore today in this video. Now, before we explore, I have here 4 key ideas, 4 keywords, and what do they mean actually? So let's start with the words emerging and popular. Emerging means something is new or still developing. So in the context of music and arts, these are the music or arts that are still new or still developing, like K-pop. Now, what about popular arts or popular? Popular are, these are the music, these are music and arts that many people enjoy and share. Now, what about performing in visual arts? Performing arts, so these are arts that you see and hear as a performance, as a performance over time. So you see, you hear a performance. It could be live, or maybe it is projected on a screen. You're watching a music video, so that's performing arts. And visual arts, on the other hand, these are arts that you mainly look at as a object or an image. So examples of these are drawings, clip art, murals, street art. I'm gonna show you some more examples. So for performing arts, we have K-pop, J-pop, C-pop, P-pop performances by SB19 and Beanie, cosplay on stage at conventions. So those are considered performing art, and dance covers that are posted online. Now, on the other hand, we have visual arts, and examples of visual arts are these: anime screenshots and manga pages, digital fan art and illustrations. We have street art, big murals on walls, poster designs, and K-pop anime edits. So these are the examples. Now, for your first activity, so again, this is done inside the classroom, this presentation. And what I would do is I would form groups. I would form small groups, and then I will give each group pictures, different pictures, and each group will rotate. So they will look at the other group's pictures, and as they do that, they will answer these questions. So you don't have to do this if you are alone inside your room. Just answer it by yourself. So number one is it performing or visual art? And does it look more global, Filipino, or a mix? And write a short reason for your answer. Why do you think this is a performing or visual art? And why do you think it is global, Filipino, or a mix? So for this video, I'm gonna show you a series of pictures that I I used for my class. So all right, there you go. All right. So what do you think about the first picture? Performing or visual art? And what do they look like? Do they look a global, Filipino, or mixed? And why? Why do you think so? Now, how about the second picture? How about this one? How about this? And this? How about this one? Okay. How about this? I actually enjoyed reading this one. How about this? I haven't been here. This is in Cavite, in Amadeo. I've been in Amadeo, but I haven't been in this part of Amadeo where the murals are, are shown or painted. How about this? And finally, this. Okay? Now let's look at the pictures. So for the first picture, this looks, what do you think? This actually looks like a performing arts or performing art. They are dancing. If you were there, this would be an ongoing performance, and you hear the sounds, you see the performances of the actors, the dancers. So basically, this is a performing art. And what do you think it looked like? It looks global to me, actually. How about this second picture? So obviously this is a singing performance. So this is another example of performing art. So again, you are seeing yours. If this was in a live, you see and hear the singers perform on stage, and you see the performance over time. So this is an example of performing arts. And what does it look like to you guys? Because to me it looks like Filipino, obviously, because of the costume. How about this? So again, this is another example of, yes, you're right, performing arts, and this is another Filipino example. How about this one? Yeah, this is a performing art, and this is global. I don't see some Filipino mixed in, or any Filipino, culture. So this is global. How about this one? So this is what we call cosplaying or cosplay. So the person who's doing the cosplay is called cosplayer. So this is an example of a visual art, since this is a photo shoot. If this was a performance by a cosplayer on a stage, and you see and hear his performance on the stage, so that could be considered as performing arts. But since this is a photo shoot only, this is considered visual art. Now, how about this one? So this is what anime looks like. So if you don't, or if you haven't seen anime, so this is just a screenshot from a scene from the anime called One Piece. So an anime series or movie is considered performing arts, since there are actors who are performing there. You see them move, you hear their you see, you hear, and you see them perform over time. So this is also considered performing arts. Performing arts can also be on a screen, not just live performances, but they could be also on screen. Now this one is a manga, and the title of this one is Blue Lock. I personally enjoyed this one, and this is an example of visual art. So this is not Filipino, this is a Japanese art. So we have that, and now we have this. So this one is called mural or street art, and this is considered a visual art, and this is from the Philippines. So obviously Filipino culture, as you can see from the picture. And we have this one, the Mona Lisa. So this is a visual art, and again, visual arts are those art form that you see inside a museum. You can uh, you can see them. So it could be an image or an object or a screenshot. So this one is visual art, obviously, and this is not the Filipino. And we have this. If you know Alodia, so she is a Filipino, and I, it looks like she is inside a mall here in the Philippines. So this one is, what do you think? Is this a visual art or performance art? Before we go on the next question. So this is a visual art. So since this is a photo shoot only and she's not doing anything aside from, posing. Now, is this global, mixed, or purely Filipino? What do you think? We can say that this is mixed, since the one who is in the photo shoot is a Filipino. She is Alodia Goshing Fiao, a Filipino cosplayer, and she is cosplaying one of the heroes in a popular game called Mobile Legends Bang Bang. And yeah, this is mixed for me. What do you think? So those are the answers for this activity. So now, how did you do? And what did you notice? Or if you are in a group or in a class, what did your group notice? So in my class, I would ask for volunteers and share what their group noticed. So for example, I would ask them to give one example of a performing art from their sheet, and one example of a visual art from their sheet, and one picture you mark as mixed, global, Filipino, and why. So, okay, let's skip this one. Or you can pause and share with the group. Now, for the activity number 2, so this is reflection, global art in my Filipino life. So this is a duo, think, pair, and share. So this will be done with a partner. So here are the instructions. Number 1, choose one global art form you like. It could be K-pop, anime, cosplay, murals, etc. And then think silently and ask yourself, how did you first discover it? Like, say for example, you chose anime. How did you first discover it? Did you discover it from your friends or social media or television? And how does it affect your life as a Filipino? How do you think does it affect your life as a Filipino citizen? And finally, share your answers with your partner. And actually, if I do it in a actual class, I will call for a volunteer or two to share their answers with the whole class. So that's for activity number 2. And finally, before you go, answer these questions on your notebook or on a small paper. So the first one is, I want you to give one example of emerging performing art and one emerging visual art. And in your own words, what is the difference between performing and visual art? And finally, name one way any global art form influences Filipino culture or your life. So this will help your teacher, your facilitator, what you understood today in this video and what you should review on day 2. And that's all for today. Thank you for your active participation. So always remember, guys, these global arts are not just trends, they are powerful art forms that can shape how we see ourselves as Filipinos. So next time we will zoom in on K-pop, J-pop, and C-pop as emerging popular performing arts. So see you. Stay tuned.